What's up, fellow finessers? My name is Andrew with Finesse Surface Cleaners, and today we're going to be cleansing this tile that has never been professionally cleaned since this church was built. You see this tile right here? We don't want it to look like this. We want it to look like this. And in order to get to this, we have to do this. We're going to need to apply a detergent to help remove and loosen all of that grime and dirt that's been building up on this tile for so many years. After we apply this detergent, we're going to give this tile a nice deep scrubbing. And finally, we're going to rinse this out with hot water and extract it into our van, leaving this church tile nice and clean. Let's get started. So the first thing we're doing is applying a detergent to the tile. This is going to start helping break up those pieces of dirt, dirt, oil that's built up on this over the years from foot traffic, food spills, drinks, soda, and more. So when we apply this detergent, we want to make sure that it's a really nice and thick layer. And the reason why that is because grout loves to absorb everything and anything liquid. And so by putting a thick layer, you're ensuring that the detergent is absorbed by the grout, so that way it doesn't dry out. We don't want the detergent to dry out and make it harder for us to clean, and then we have to start the process all over again. So I'm only doing about 3 towels at a time, just taking my time. I can always make more cleaner if I run out. So if you take a look down here, you can see there's a piece of food that was stuck within the grout, and the chemistry is reacting with it to help loosen it. So as you can see, the food is starting to bleed out, which is a sign that the detergent is working its magic on all the organic stains on there. So now I'm just going to check to make sure that we got all the surface covered in our cleaning detergent. There may be some areas that absorb the detergent faster than others, and that's all we're checking for, so that we can reapply it and help continue the process of cleaning using our detergents. What my helper Grant is doing is that he is scrubbing the edges with a grout brush, and this is just going to help loosen up that grime and dirt that's stuck within the corners. That typically requires hand scrubbing because of just how hard to reach it really is, unlike most of this tile that you see. So the second step to an excellent tile cleaning is to scrub your tile and grout using a brush. This here is a floor machine that spins 175 times per minute. And what this is going to do, it's going to help scrub the surface, and it's going to help scrub that grout and help separate the dirt further from the grout. And you can just see all of it just melting off. I mean, it's coming off like butter with this brush. Some tile cleaners will not brush. We prefer to brush because it helps just get that little bit of stubborn dirt off, and it'll make for a much cleaner result. So this machine was something that I was really nervous to use back when I first started, and I absolutely hated this machine. And now that I've been cleaning for about 2 years, I can basically walk this like I do with like a baby stroller. And you can see now the detergent has gone from a light pink to a dark brown mud. This is totally natural. This is all the dirt that's been compacted for years and years. We're now finally just starting to get it out. So the last part that most of you probably watch on YouTube is rinsing the tile with hot water and extracting it. We use a pressure that's high enough to release the dirt from the grout, but soft enough to where it's not going to damage the grout and tile. So we have a spot right here, and we'll just show you just exactly how clean it's gonna get. Wow, just look at that transformation. It's just night and day. And so for part of these edges, we're going to slightly tilt the cleaner up to help the jets get onto that little backsplash, as you can see. So just gonna drag it over like so, and then come back and rinse. And we'll most likely hit the backsplash with like a blue scrubbing pad to get what's left over on there. Just kind of giving that a little extra scrub. There we go. Right now, my helper Grant, he's going over all the backsplash with the blue pad, and he's basically attempting to remove a lot of the grime that's built up on the side. As I'm cleaning the transition between the yellow tile and the gray tile, you can see just how dirty that gray tile is too. And just gonna this and gonna touch up real quick. So now it's been about 45 minutes. The main portion of the towel has been cleaned. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to detail the grout and the areas that this couldn't reach. So right now I've got my helper and he's basically just scrubbing the areas that are a little darker, and I'm gonna help him touch up on that too. And that should take probably about 10 minutes or so. Right now, what we're doing is we've put out two drying fans, and they're just gonna help accelerate the drying process because the grout looks a lot darker than it is because of the water. So the fans are just gonna help make sure that we remove all that excess moisture. That way too, when all the tile and grout is dry, it'll help us detail and find those areas that we need to touch up just a little bit more before leaving. Right now, I'm just looking for extra puddles that may have formed. When you clean with a lot of water, what happens is that it tends to puddle up, and if you don't mop up those puddles in time, then the dirty water can go back into the grout and dirty it up. It's just important to get those little puddles, footprints, little marks, and like little smears that'll make the tile look ugly. So now that we've completed cleaning the yellow tile, now we're off to clean the stone tile. And it's important to clean this tile differently because higher pressure can damage the stone, and we don't want to do that. So instead, we're going to clean it almost the same. We're going to apply a detergent, scrub it, and rinse it. But we're going to rinse it with just a little bit less pressure to, get the same result as we did over here. So let's get started. So with this type of tile, you just want to be a little bit more careful. And so you just want to clean this with a little less pressure. You can still brush it and all that, but you just don't want to use as much water pressure. We're now going to start extracting it with water as last time. So we'll get started right now. final stretch right here. This is the little entryway. And just rinse and repeat. So the last part of cleaning is making sure that we dump the water in an environmentally responsible way. This dump water includes our cleaning detergent, the foods, oils, dirt, and grime that have accumulated on this over the years. So it's mainly just dirt, so it's okay to dump it in landscapes according to, California law. So with that said, let's get to it. Let's see just how dirty this water is. Okay, so not too bad. Actually, for tile, that's pretty bad. This dirtiness is probably equivalent to a carpet that hasn't been cleaned in a long time. So the fact that the water's coming out like this dirty, it's pretty overdue for cleaning. Whew. So that's everything. So let's go ahead and double check all of our work and we'll show you what it looks like. So everything has now been cleaned. It's about 4 o'clock. It's been a long day of filming and let's just go ahead and see what we've got here. So we've got a few pieces here and there. And this part right here was beautiful when it came out. Just from that super dark griminess, and now it's like nice and back to its original texture, color. The feel, it just feels a lot more slick, which is great. And then in the kitchen, we just cleaned this up too. Looks totally amazing. I know the owners of the church are going to be really happy about this. And I believe that's about it. So 1,500 square feet, done, cleaned, and now we're ready to get on out and eat some dinner. So thanks for joining us on this journey, and we hope to see you guys in the next video. Take care.